Oh, also, we went to Hauser Hall, and we figured if they ask us why we're hanging around the university like that, we have both of our driver's licenses. So I've got Hauser on mine, he's got Shaler on his. Right. So between the two of us, we could prove why we're there. Hey, everybody, it's the Williams Brothers Podcast.
I'm Gar.
I'm Steven.
I'm Neil.
I'm Shaler. Back after a hiatus.
How's everybody doing?
Missed you guys.
Yeah, missed you too. Real glad we could get this group together here. Y'all have a great Saturday. See you later.
You too. Have a good one. Okay. All right. See you guys.
The shortest one ever.
Yeah. We spent 30 minutes trying to get our equipment working just so we could say, all right, good talking to you.
It's funny how we kind of rotate having audio problems.
It's pretty even.
Yeah.
Every time one of us has some sort of problem where it's just not working. What? This is insane.
Isn't technology great?
It is great. I like how they keep updating stuff so every time you try again, it's completely different than the last time you tried, so it's nothing like it.
Yep. Yeah.
So you can never find the real answer.
Or we get like 30 minutes into the podcast and someone goes, it stopped recording for some reason.
I haven't been recording this whole time. I don't know what happened.
7 minutes in, it stopped.
I just noticed it's not working.
So what's happening, man? We want to kind of go around the horn and just talk about what's been going on? Because we haven't talked in...
Since March.
It's been like 2 years. Okay.
February?
Wow, it's been a
March.
long time. Man. Yep. Okay.
Yeah, let's go around the horn.
I got a haircut.
Good.
Okay.
But you went on vacation too. You went to the islands.
Yeah, we had a great time in Hawaii. There was lots of stuff to do. We stayed on the west side of the island, which is kind of like the big resort area. Stayed there for a couple of days, and then we went to the east side of the island, which is supposed to be like really rainy and stuff, and it really wasn't while we were there, which was good. Stayed at Airbnb over there, and then we went up to Mount Kilauea, which is the volcano that erupts every, I don't know, like 10, 11 days, something like that. They get a little eruption, and that's been going on for a couple of years. And we went there and discovered there is a old military base up at the top of Mount Kilauea that is run by the MWR, which is Morale, Welfare, and Recreation Division or Department or whatever it is of the military. And you can stay in the cabins up there if you're a vet, retired or military or whatever. So we stayed there for a day, hoping we would get to see Kilauea erupt. We did get there in the middle of the night and watched Kilauea, and there's some pictures I can show you, but it wasn't erupting, but the smoke was coming out at night, and then the smoke came out kind of red looking because it's reflecting off of the lava that's underneath. So it was kind of cool to see. It looked like kind of an eruption, but it wasn't. But it was really cool. So we spent the night up there on top of the mountain, and then naturally the day we got home from Hawaii is when it erupted again. So missed the eruption on both sides of the trip, but
is it scary? I've never been around like real lava before, and
you're so far away from it.
Oh yeah,
I mean, you can see where it was. I mean, the whole island is just old lava, right?
Yeah.
It's just that black lava flows, and you can easily see kind of where the flow came down the mountain, and it's huge. And you drive, there's roads built, literally they clear out a section and they build a road, right? So there's old lava trails on both sides of you or whatever, and you can walk on it at the beach and all that stuff. So it's everywhere. But the actual eruption, you're very far away from it, so it's not,
Yeah, lava's one of those things. There's nothing you can do. It's just going to take you out if you there's nothing you can do.
They've got it down pretty well nowadays with all the sensors and stuff they have. It's like they tell you it's going to erupt between this day and this day, and then they tell you, okay, it's going to erupt in the next 24 hours. And then we expect it to erupt in the next 12 hours or whatever. And sure enough, it'll erupt and it'll spew, lava and stuff and it's not huge. It's just kind of, billowing out
gurgling.
or whatever. And that goes on. Yeah. And that goes on for, I think it's like probably 5 or 6 hours or something. And then it all calms down again. And then they're like, all right, the next window is a week from now. So they've got it figured out.
So this is the rock that was heated, basically the Big Bang or something like that, right? And this still molten rock at the center of the Earth that is still cooling, that we live on like roasted marshmallows, kind of. Is that
pretty much? There wouldn't even be a Hawaii if it wasn't for volcanoes. It wouldn't even poke up out of the water. So.
Think about that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Cool.
Did you go there in the Navy at all?
Not to the Big Island. I spent a lot of time on Oahu.
Okay. I hear Spam is really big over there.
Spam is big in Hawaii. Yeah, they like their Spam. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I ate no Spam while I was there, though, because I figure I can get Spam here. So, that was a Hawaiian food I passed on.
When's the last time you guys ate Spam?
I would say it's probably been maybe 9 months or a year, maybe, something like that. Occasionally I'll eat it, but it's pretty rare.
It's been 20, 30 years. I think it's been 30 years.
Yeah, that's closer to mine, too.
Yeah.
Maybe longer.
Y'all don't pull out the casserole dish and put the beans in the bottom and put pieces of Spam
nice
on top.
and thin.
Just like in Good Housekeeping. Yeah.
We might do that tonight. We'll see. Now that you mentioned it.
I know. It sounds real good. Let's do that.
Well, we went to Maine last weekend.
Mm-hmm.
My son-in-law had family up there and, spent summers up there and stuff like that. So he was very familiar with the area. But we went to Portland, Maine, which I'd never been to that part of the country before. Beautiful on the coast. And so very artsy city, Portland. Not a lot of, Olive Gardens and things like that. It's all mom and pop type restaurants and art, places and, but neat town and, older, a lot of history. We drove to Kennebunkport and, there's like a harbor town there. It's pretty much tourists. And this was the beginning of the season for them. So everything had just opened up, which is different because where I live, we don't have a season. We're just 24/7. But when you're up there, you have a season, I guess. So, but that was fun. Went and saw the Bush compound, at Kennebunkport, which is out on Walker's Point. And it's out on a point. I mean, you can see the whole thing. It's not hidden. It's like 5 houses or something like that out on this point. You can't get to it, but you can certainly see it. What else? Went to the LL Bean store up there, which is pretty cool. And got some shirts and got some fly fishing stuff while I was up there. And that place is huge. They're redoing there's like the LL Bean corporate headquarters, which you drive by, which is huge and beautiful. And then there's the massive store, which they're redoing. So now they've kind of broken it out into 3 different stores while they work on the giant store. But all the 3, it's like a campus. All the 3 or 4 stores are all there together. So went to LL Bean, ate a lot of lobster, went to the Lobster Shack, which is like up on this hill, on this point.
Yeah.
And you're looking out on the rocky coast of Maine, which is really, really something. I brought back a rock, too. What did I do with my rock? Here it is. So, like, these rocks are all over the coast. They're super smooth rocks. Mm-hmm. So they're great for skipping if you want to, skip rocks in the Maine coast. But anyway, it's just covered with these rocks. It's not like a Florida sand or anything like that. but beautiful part of the country. It was cold or chilly, I should say. It was in the low to mid 50s most of the time we were there. A little rainy, but not too bad. But the main thing was family, because the whole family was up there. Ryan and Julia are in, what's it called? It's the southernmost part of Maine. Anyway, that's where they're staying for the next month or so, which was 45 minutes away from where we were. So we got to see them. And then Maggie and Peter and Beverly, were there. So we had the whole family there for 3 days.
Oh, that's cool.
That's awesome.
Hadn't seen any of them in a long time.
Yeah.
So good trip. And that was our big excursion.
I always want to tell Ryan to post where he is, because I see pictures of where they are, but sometimes I can't tell from the picture. Okay, where are they now? Where? Because it's very interesting to me to watch their progress on Instagram or whatever. How they're doing and where they are, and you can tell whether they're in New York City or Washington D.C. But the other places, I'm like, you should, there should be a note there to tell us where are you?
Right. Tell them to put up on MySpace so we can follow easier.
Yeah, MySpace would be better.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, they're in southern Maine right now. I think they're going to go to Connecticut for a month, and then I think they're going to go to upstate New York for a month. And then they're going to head south again, and I think they're going to make a trip through Atlanta, Stephen. So you might get a sighting there of the two of them. If they're not staying with you, you might get a sighting with them. So.
Right. If they've run out of Airbnb money,
right?
There's an Airbnb across the street from us. They could just stay there.
Don't put it past them. That could happen. That could very easily happen. But yeah, great to see everybody. Good trip, and good. Always good to be home too. But it was good to get away.
Speaking of rocks, you talked about that rock that you brought back. I was going to bring a rock back from Kilauea, but apparently it's a $500 fine to remove rocks from the Big Island. So I was like,
expensive rock.
Maybe I'll just leave this rock right here. So I carried it around for 3 or 4 days before I discovered.
Okay,
you can't leave with lava rocks. It's frowned on.
You couldn't have smuggled it out somehow?
I probably could have, and it probably would have been fine, but. I didn't want to end my trip with a $500 fine.
But back to the point, they're barely hanging on. I mean, the whole island is just rock that came up from a lava.
Right. You take too many of those, and Hawaii's gone. Yeah.
Enough people take rocks, the island goes under. I mean,
yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah.
Survival.
It's just real estate. I mean, you can't take it.
I mean, it makes more. It's not like it's not making more.
That's true. It's a good point.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, really.
It's renewable.
That's a good point.
We had a couple of trips as well. I don't remember on the last podcast, but I talked about the Elizabeth City half marathon. Maybe we podcasted before that. So we signed up. Tyler and I signed up for this half marathon in Elizabeth City, the Coast Guard marathon. I didn't train. I didn't have time to train as much as I wanted to, so I just did the 5K, and he did the half marathon. But it was great. Elizabeth City's a little Coast Guard Navy town kind of place, 45 minutes or so south of the Norfolk area. So lots of Navy folk and Coast Guard and nautical themes there. But it was really nice. The run was Saturday was the 5K and the shorter runs, and then Sunday was the half marathon of the marathon. And they had great bands and food and things. And the part that really struck me though was the people running the half marathon and the marathon. You'd think they're all these super trim runner people and that's all they do, but there was every height, weight, everything you can imagine finishing these marathons. And I was like, man, this is really, I need to get on it, and ages too. I mean, young, old, just didn't make any difference. So that was pretty fun. I think we're going to do it again next year. Oh,
Cool.
that was all right. And Tyler did. I think he wasn't quite at the time he wanted for his half marathon, but he was close and hadn't run one in a while. And I think he's planning to do. He's doing another marathon in October. I'm not sure if it's San Francisco or exactly which one it is, but he's.
So do you run regularly to try and keep up?
I haven't run the past couple of weeks, but yeah, I usually either run it. There's a greenway near here, or go to Planet Fitness and run there. But trying to get back into it because I read this thing that says after you hit 60, 65, whatever, that making new muscle and really getting in shape gets a lot harder if you're not already there. And I'm knocking on the door, so
Yeah,
of 60.
and-
So yeah.
Yeah. And when you get past that, it's impossible. I mean, when you get to like 70, 80 or whatever, you're just stuck with what you got at that point.
Yeah.
So you better get it on.
So what I'm hearing is I can be lazy a few more years. God,
Yeah.
noted.
Yeah, you can. If you really buckle down in a couple of years, you can.
So if I'm in great shape, when the day that I turn 60, I can just coast after that, or maybe
Right.
it's 70
Yeah.
and just,
Just wait to the last minute.
right, exactly, cramming.
Cram.
for it.
Yeah, exactly.
And I went to Savannah for my niece's graduation. The oldest niece graduated high school, Richmond Hill High School.
Awesome.
First year in their brand new building and campus, which is just incredible, just huge. I think there were 600 and something kids in her graduating class.
Wow.
So yeah, it was a lot of fun though. Good to see that side of the family and celebrate. And then I think I fixed the dishwashers. The only other exciting thing probably in the last few months.
That is exciting.
Yeah.
Saw you went to Spanky's when you were in Savannah.
Went to Carrie Hilliard's. Oh yeah, it was on the way in. Went to Spanky's. We did. We got to go. I had to call at noon. I had to be on, so we did the pickup at Spanky's and had some Spanky's for lunch.
Awesome.
And then got in Carrie Hilliard's the night before we left. So
Close.
check the boxes. Right.
Yeah, good.
Exactly.
Brunswick stew. Did you get Brunswick stew?
I did. You know what? In fact, that's it seems like we weren't that hungry, so I got Brunswick stew, and somebody I had something else. I can't remember what it was, but Brunswick stew was I got the big bowl of Brunswick stew, the full stew.
Oh, full stew.
very nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Good.
That's
So
good.
it was great.
Only trip I took was to Birmingham to see Shaler, and we
Yes, you did.
we had a great time. We went to Vulcan, walked through the museum, such as it is, but it's always interesting to see like how Birmingham got built and all that. So
Yep.
that was cool.
Nikki's?
Didn't go to Nikki's. We looked at Nikki's, but decided against Nikki's just because it doesn't really have a lot of history for us. I mean, Grandma and Grandpa really loved it, but we didn't eat there that much.
The Club.
We did
We
go
went
to
to
the
the
club.
We did. Yeah.
It is enormous. It's beautiful. I mean, it's just, you look at it, you could imagine back in the 30s, people coming in and out, the swells coming in and out with their fancy cars and their dresses and whatnot. Anyway, we saw that. We ate at Davenport's. So, and it was such a flashback for me because I remember being 6 years old or 5 years old or whatever, and getting to go with Dad to pick up the pizza, which was always like, yes, I get to go pick up and you see him throw it in the air, and and it was always like, wow, this is incredible. And so I did. I like sat on the little bench where we sat to wait for our pizza, where we watched them throw the pizza and everything. And they don't throw the pizza anymore. They just do it with their hands. They look like, why am I doing this for a living? Is there some way I can stop doing? They look very miserable. It was a very different experience than I remember as a kid. The magic was not as magical, but it was good. The pizza was amazing. I mean,
Very good pizza.
so good. So anyway, we went to Davenport's, and did we go anywhere else? Cool.
Got our big bad breakfast.
Oh right, yeah, that's a new tradition. But yeah, we did get the big bad breakfast in Soho. Southern Homewood, yeah.
South Homewood? Is that
Yeah.
what Soho is?
Yeah.
Soho, yeah, South Homewood.
Everybody's got a Soho now.
Yeah.
South Homewood. You guys saw James, though, right?
Yeah, I was about to say.
Oh, yeah.
That was the coolest because I don't know when the last time I saw him was. It had to be when we're both little kids, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, we just walked in on him at the music store and he was working. And he was working hard, you know. People are coming in and out, and he was wedging in, conversation between people coming in and out. But it was good to see him again. He's doing well. Seems like
Looks good. He's looking good. Yeah.
And the place it's weird. It's it's in this like industrial looking park or like I don't even know how to describe the area where it is, and there's no sign. No sign at all to tell you what that place is. The only thing that's a giveaway is a guitar in the window. And that's it. And it's called Eat My Beats. And you go in there and it's like, all the stuff like podcast equipment and microphones and guitars and some other like violins and things like that. Mostly you can tell it drums and guitars and more like rock band stuff or whatever. But it was interesting, and they had constant flow of people coming in and out.
Yep.
So they're not. I mean, I was like, I can't believe they don't have a sign at all. There's like no sign, but people come in there constantly.
Yeah.
So it was cool.
It's a word of mouth kind of place, I think, and they must do really well because there was always somebody in there looking for something or whatever. So it was really interesting.
It was like
it was huge. It was like you walk into one room and there's a little hall, and there's other huge room, and around a corner another, all the drums, and I mean it was really.
But you pull
really
up, it's just a door and a long window next to the door and like a garage door for loading in and out stuff, and that's it. I mean, it's all you see in brick, and so we were like, is this it even? I don't know. We saw the guitar and we're like, well, that must be it. Well, let's go in there. And it was really cool. It must be one of those places where if you know, like if you're cool, but if if your kid needs a trumpet for middle school band, you probably don't know about that place. So
right. Yep.
Did he recognize you guys when you walked in, or how did that happen?
It was a second or so before he figured out who we were, but yeah. I think he did a double take.
And I said something about long lost cousins coming to visit, and that I think that was the
sparked his memory. Yeah.
He went back and looked you up later.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, also, we went to Hauser Hall. And we figured if they ask us why we're hanging around the university like that, we have both of our driver's licenses. So I've got Hauser on mine, he's got Shaler on his. Right. So between the two of us, we could prove why we're there.
That's awesome.
And again, just for the one listener we have, we're talking about Shaler Hauser, who's a relative of ours who was the treasurer of the University of Alabama.
Who was our grandmother's brother.
Yes, our great uncle.
Yes, great uncle.
Yep.
Then we decided to go find Shaler Hauser's grave. And that was really fun because
that was an experience in AI right there.
There's not a lot of people know there's a cemetery right in the middle of right across from the student center at Alabama, where a lot of people are buried. It's a pretty big cemetery, and it's not huge, but pretty big. And so we're walking around like, surely we can find his grave. We just keep walking and looking, we'll see it. We thought it'd be something big at first, but then it wasn't. So there's no big monument or anything. So we kept looking, and then we decided to ask AI. So we asked Google, And Google's like, it's in section 15, lot 33. And we're like, great. Where's section 15? And there's no sections. So we start asking, okay, we're at this grave site. What section is this in? It's in section 14. And so we'd walk a few grave rows over. What about this one? What's this in? It's in section 14. It's in section 14. It's in section 13. So so we're like, where the hell is 15? and I mean, it was driving us crazy because it didn't make any sense. We would go this direction, that direction. It was always 14 or 13. So I asked it for a map so we could see like where the sections are. It created a map that looks nothing like that cemetery. It was just a made up cemetery that made no sense at all.
You didn't say accurate map. You just said map.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
That is a good point. So then I realized I was using Google Flash, and I switched to Google Pro, and I said, hey, recheck all the information you've given us so far. Make sure that's all correct. And it said, oh, no, not at all. We don't have any access to a map of that cemetery. There's no way we could find a particular grave in that cemetery.
We just made all this up.
And we just made, it was 45 minutes to an hour of us walking around listening to Google Flash. And it was, since I've learned that Google Flash is not very accurate, but Pro is, but not Flash. Nope. It loses its mind pretty quickly. But that was fun. Yeah.
Needless to say, we did not find.
Never found it.
The marker. Yeah. So we don't know. He's there.
I guess when you have a building named after you, the grave marker is probably not as big a deal.
Guess.
Right. I mean, sure.
It did give us, like, as we were leaving, it gave us a picture of his grave. We did see what it looks like. Yeah. We're like, that. Well, if we'd have known that, we would have. Yeah. But we were like, no, we're not going back. That's fine. We're gone. We're out of here. But that was fun.
Right.
A lot of fun. But it was fun, It
was a good trip.
Shayla and I. Yeah, having a good time hanging out in Birmingham.
I think I remember seeing a picture of Bear Bryant's grave there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. Steve.
No, I was just going to say we saw Bear Bryant's grave, because it's in the same cemetery as our parents are, and as Grandma or Nana and Pop and all the rest.
A lot of family. Yep.
Yeah. So, and we also found the inventor of the windshield wiper in that grave.
Hold on.
Shayla was doing, Googling or whatever. I think it was Shayla.
Yeah. So we were talking about, as we were driving through the graveyard, I was like, it's amazing. One subject that came up was it's amazing how, like, most of the people in a graveyard, no one knows who they are anymore.
Right.
They've been there for so long. Family members probably don't even know at this point, that sort of thing, because they've been there for 100 years or more, whatever it is. And kind of how that's kind of sad that is or whatever. And then we found Bear Bryant, of course. And then I asked Google or Grok or whatever. I said, what other famous people are buried in the cemetery? And it came up with the inventor of the windshield wiper. So
so we were like, we got to go find her.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not leaving without finding her. It's a her, by the way.
Yeah.
Mary Anderson, a real estate developer in Birmingham, invented the windshield wiper, and it's nowhere on her grave. And we were talking about how if you want to be remembered, you should put what you did. I mean, there should be like, you should have a big gravestone with a lot of information on it to explain to everybody who you were, especially if you invented the windshield wiper. I mean,
right.
Come on.
Yeah.
Like, what year was that, do you think? Is that the
1903.
03? Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Shortly after the car, I'm sure. Yeah.
Man.
She had noticed, she had noticed a trolley driver in New York City that had to drive with both the front window open and his head sticking out to see through the sleet. So she decided there should be some sort of rubber-bladed, spring-loaded wiper.
Yeah.
She got the patent.
It seems like in the old days, grave markers would have more information on it. I think I would think. I think that's true.
Like the colonial cemetery, you'd see, some information anyway.
Yeah,
about
nothing else. Devoted father and husband and blah blah blah. Whatever it is. And nowadays, it's just like a last name or maybe the full name.
Yeah.
In the case of one of our aunts, she just has her death year. She doesn't have her birth year because she didn't want anybody to know how old she was.
Right. You never. Is that Aunt Minnie? I think it was Aunt Minnie.
Yeah, Aunt Minnie. Yeah. So anyway, but it would be interesting to put some information about you, especially if you did something significant like invent the windshield wiper for crying out loud.
Right.
So anyway, but it was interesting.
QR code.
Trip.
There'll be a QR code.
There we go.
Hit
That's
the QR
a great
code
idea. I like that. A giant QR code. I like that.
That makes perfect sense.
You just have to pay your subscription for the hosting out,
Yeah.
to oblivion.
You should just pay that up, just whatever, to the cemetery,
Yeah. We should have
forever and ever.
a QR code that leads people to our podcast when we die, and that way they can go back and reflect and listen.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Great. I love it.
Get bored. And
Or whatever.
stop listening.
Yeah, they'd go, these guys didn't do anything.
Yeah, that's all they did. Okay. Well, I guess,
on.
okay. Everybody's got something.
That's the thing. History is written, by the survivors, whatever. So you could just write on this thing about we were this world famous podcast in the 2020s and
Oh, right.
and then in the
That's true,
2050s
too.
when they read it, man, these guys were like, huge.
There you go. There's a guy. I gotta go ahead. Go ahead, Steve. I'm gonna look up something while you're.
I was just going to say, not to get political, but imagine what Donald Trump's grave would look like. It would be like a freaking palace with all of his accomplishments.
We will likely outlive him, so we'll see. We will
I think
see.
they call that a presidential library.
Oh, right,
I think
that's
what
true.
they're
that's
calling
true. Yeah.
That's true. His presidential library would be like walking into like this other world. It's like that. Did that happen? I don't remember that happening.
it. Right. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So, there was a guy named Charlie Smith who passed away in 1979. He was buried in Wildwood, Bartow in Florida, and he was known as America's oldest man. Okay, speaking of kind of making up history to some degree, he claimed to be 137 years old. And everybody kind of went along with it. And when he died, okay, they buried him and they, have that on his grave or whatever. But in reality, I think he was probably in his 90s, but nobody wanted to, really admit the fact that he was only in his 90s, and he kept claiming he was born much earlier than he was. So there you go. It's kind of an example of, okay, we'll believe it and we'll go along with it. And
Right.
in 100 years, people are still going to believe he was America's oldest man.
Make up whatever you want, put it on your grave, and then who's going to erase it at that point?
It's in granite. I mean, come on. It's right there.
It's in stone. It's literally set in stone.
So that's another take on it. Instead of putting what you really did, put what just something crazy that you claim to have done.
Yeah.
And there you go.
As long as it's not too outlandish that there's anything at stake, right? As long as it's just sort of, okay, harmless,
You'll have
I guess.
cemeteries full of people that everyone will feel so sad they were not able to accomplish what everybody before them was able to accomplish.
Right. Al Gore, inventor of the internet.
Right, exactly. It's
Much like
Facebook.
Like everything on Facebook, just on gravestones.
Exactly, yeah, that's right. Yeah, exactly. So that was fun.
That was a fun trip.
The Williams Brothers Podcast is made possible by a grant from the Saunce Group. Do something good every chance you get. And by the Williams Foundation. The theme song is 5 Card Shuffle by Kevin MacLeod.
Did you guys hear about the explosion at Cape Canaveral?
Yeah. Wow.
Yes. Oh
Wow,
my gosh.
what a video.
Blue Origin.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Unreal.
Did you see it, any of it from over the horizon there, or?
No, I didn't know it happened till the next day, and I think I was watching the local news to figure out what the weather was going to be, and they had video of it, and I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. It failed the static test, I guess.
I mean, it looked like an atomic explosion. The way
Yeah,
that
it did. It was
Yeah.
huge.
And that was their only launch pad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well. Yep. Yeah, when you see the video, they're like these two towers, and then there's the rocket. And then after the explosion, there's one tower, and it's kind of bent over.
Yeah.
The other one's completely destroyed.
It was
So,
quite the explosion.
Oops.
Yeah. Hydrogen and oxygen, I'm guessing.
I don't know what they use. I guess they do. I think they use methane, I think. Yeah, New Glenn uses methane and liquid oxygen. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know why, but knowing it runs on methane just makes me think of Dad.
He ran on methane too.
Yes, he did.
Lasting tribute.